Hey folks, I'm Sir Glory, and welcome to part 26 of my adventure as Geralt in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. At the end of the last part, we had just had a random encounter on the way back to the Defender's Heart, and I planned to pick this episode up there, but it turned out to be just 2 NPCs, and we took them down in about 3 attacks, so I decided just to forget that, head back to the Defender's Heart, and start from there. But anyway, look at all the bright colours, it's daytime. Hopefully we're going to get to see Dhampirs in the daylight. Anyway, let's get on in here and sell some of our hard-earned loot. Somewhere over here I think we have Joran Vane. Joran. Excuse me. Joran, can you tell me anything about Count Arendelle? I'll tell you, why not? Everyone knows the story, you see, but you could say that I'm one of who found it, in a way. The Arendelles are a very wealthy and ancient line, and they hail from the outlying areas of Dhampirs. That's where the Arendelle family seat is, along with their ancestral lands. In the past, if Mendev was ever feuding with Sarkoris, or some clan from there was causing trouble, the Count and Countess Arendelle were the ones who would defend the border with their soldiers. Their main residence was called Heaven's Edge. It still stands to this day north of here, on the road toward Dresden, but no one lives there now. Around 10 or so years ago there was a grand celebration held at the estate. The mother and the guardian of the current Count invited the great and the good to celebrate his birthday. The entire Arendelle clan was there, as well as many other nobles, and then, without warning, the demons struck. Clearly they couldn't ignore such a perfect opportunity to cut down so many of Mendev's great dynasties in one fell swoop. There was even a chance that the Queen herself would make an appearance, for she was related to the Count as well. Well, when no news came from the estate, a troop of inquisitors was sent to investigate. They forced open the gates and discovered a manor full of corpses. They all perished. The servants, the guards, the guests, including some of Iomede's chosen clerics and paladins. The demons had unleashed a magical plague, terrifying and strange, the likes of which hadn't been seen before or since, and among all this was young Darin Arendelle, the only survivor. The Count had a talent for divine magic since his youth, healing magic in particular, and that must be why he didn't die along with the rest. He couldn't explain how he survived the disease. I saw him that day, when they brought him into the city, pale and barely conscious of his surroundings. So that's the story. Since then, Heaven's Edge has stood abandoned, sealed off to the outside world. People are still afraid to go near the place. Okay, so Arendelle is one of our potential party members. He should be in the Defender's Heart somewhere. It's interesting that healing magic is his bag. I had thought about maybe switching him and Nenio around. We shall see. But anyway, Joran, are you interested in buying some goods? Let's sell our trash. Do we actually sell... Yeah, pearls aren't used for ingredients. So we'll sell that. And then... Cold Iron Rapier, I think I'm going to keep that for now. Quarterstaff, Sickle. Yeah, nobody's going to be using that. Can get rid of that as well, I think. The Hide Armour, let's sell that. Didn't have anything like as much as I thought we had. We've got all these books which I'll probably just deposit in our safe, or our chest. So that gives us another 2,300, so we've made maybe about 3,500 from our recent adventures. Now let's see, you don't have any notable items. Let's go with price. Abrupt Force Scimitar. Well, nobody uses a scimitar. Pain Channeling Falcata. Light Hammer of the Righteous. Yeah, so I think Some of these are magical weapons that have actually sold to Joran. So there's nothing there, I think, I want to purchase. What about armour? Deceiving Facade. Whenever the wielder receives a critical hit, they are affected with the effect of a mirror image spell. 2 mirror images that last 2 rounds. Okay. There's Arendi there. And you're wearing the medium armour. And you've got the silver robe. You couldn't use that anyway, so forget all that. You don't have any armour. Can't wear it anyway. Never mind. And you've got a natural armour +1. Might take that from you and give it to somebody else. And you could wear some armour and carry a buckler. But to be honest, I'm going to wait for now. And maybe come back and buy you some armour later on. Doesn't look like there's anything really here. So, we'll settle for that and head inside. And hopefully there'll be no problem with us having a rest in here. Oh, we're waiting for Roach to come join us. I wonder how many times Roach has been killed during our adventures. Okay, so what do we have? I should maybe check our journal. Well, I suppose we should go and speak to Irabeth. Yeah, I reckon that's about all that we need to do here. So let's go back to the map. She's over here, isn't she? Nope. Forn Autumn Haze. Oh, that's the... Yeah, okay, so she's actually over here. And there's Irabeth. So let's head down. I'm going to talk to her. We've also got Hylor. Irabeth. I thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of Kenabres, even though not all of them deserve to be saved by my Omide, forgive my words. I don't really mean that, of course. I just never fail to be astounded by the way that good people seem to perish, while the not so good prove to be incredibly, amazingly enduring. Even so, the Count did offer me his aid. He can't be all that bad. Yes, that's not like him at all. Joining the Crusades is a tradition among Mendevian nobles, but Darin Arendi was never too keen on fighting demons. The Count has a certain reputation in Mendev. He's not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for any particular villainy either. The Count enjoys a life of leisure, surrounded by a gaggle of sycophants who are always eager to badmouth the Queen at his command. He likes settling scores too. There was a hero of the First Crusades, Sir Lance, a kind and honest man. After the end of his glorious career as a soldier, he became a wise mentor to the younger generation. He ran afoul of the Count somehow, perhaps by lecturing him about his idle lifestyle and a lack of purpose. When Sir Lance died, the Count managed to buy a portion of his estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged into a chamber pot. And, of course, he didn't keep his little joke private. The Queen was particularly affronted by it, because Sir Lance used to be her most loyal comrade in arms. I was there receiving an assignment from Her Majesty and witnessed the exact moment she found out about the helmet's fate. It's a small thing, but I could see the Queen's anguish at the travesty that had been made of her friend's legacy. That's what our Count is like as a person, and as for his talent for survival, do you know the story of Heaven's Edge? He was the only member of his family to escape with his life when the demons unleashed a magical plague at the Arende estate. Why do you think he's trying to provoke the Queen? Who knows? It could be some family matter. The Count is Her Majesty's cousin, twice removed or something like that. But I think he simply enjoys infuriating people. Crusaders and Diomedes' servants especially. Well, thanks for filling me in, but to be honest, I'm not interested in these petty squabbles of nobles. My pleasure. I'm sorry you had to endure my grumbling. Watching these things happen to my city has put me in a foul mood. That's understandable. Anyway, I found Jana, like you asked. Yes, thank you, it's good to have her back. We need every fighter we can get. I suppose it's asking too much to want fighters that are sober as well. What would you say is our main objective? You heard what that demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the world. Worldwound. That would be an even worse disaster than the Worldwound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabres, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Diomedes' gift must not become a weapon of the abyss. These Wardstones, what are they? They are our greatest treasure, the shield given to us by Diomedes herself, and placed in Canabres and other Mendavian cities and fortresses by her herald. The chain of Wardstones forms a protective barrier that stops the expansion of the Whirlwind and keeps the demons from moving beyond its borders. I shudder to think what will happen if that barrier falls. Tell me more about the Eagle's Watch. It was a small order, created to fight not only demons but also the enemy within, to maintain the purity of the paladin ranks, prevent heresy and identify spies, and it failed miserably at that. The Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth infiltrated it and formed their nest within its ranks. After the Queen entrusted me with leading the order, Anevia and I practically built it from scratch. We got rid of dead weight, people who weren't committed. We organised ways to transmit messages and orders safely. We introduced reliable ciphers. We found tacit allies around the city, from crusader orders to street beggars. This was my personal crusade, to purge the city of the Templars who had infested it, and I thought I was winning. I could feel it. We were so close to driving the cultists out of Canabres, but it's hard to admit. But those successes didn't count for much once the demons entered the city. On the contrary, if it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be a headquarters at the Defender's Heart. The cultists would have served up the city on a platter to the demons. Yes, that's true. It's a good thing we achieved something. Thank you. Thanks, I have to go. Go, may Iomide keep you safe. Okay. So, in this playthrough, I am not planning to speak to or to follow every single line of plot, just to try and keep the campaign down to a manageable size. I don't think we're going to talk to those individuals yet. I'm actually thinking just head back in here, have a rest, and then we'll head out again. The Blackwing Library is calling. So I'm in here to just remove all of these. And keep a hold of them just now, just in case we decide to use them. Why do I still have decimation? Should I not have sold that earlier? Still got a lot of things I should have sold. Okay, we'll sell them when we head back out to Joran. But for now, have a rest. And don't need to do anything here, I don't think. Can I craft any potions? Hearty meal, seasoned wings and thighs. May as well start using up some of these. 1 temporary hit point per level per day, or +1. Okay. +1 bonus in all skill checks. Let's try that. Begin resting.
Smells good. What is it?
I accidentally threw a moldy log on the fire.
Okay. There we have it. Seasoned wings and thighs for 24 hours. 1 extra hit point per level. What level are we actually?
I stand ready.
Level 4 still. Getting close to level 5. In fact, did somebody not level up? Yes, Land's now level 5. Alright. There's indeed bodies lying about. I thought somebody might have cleared that up. Right, okay, let's go back outside then. Just before I do though, could I check our journal? Right, so that's outside the city, and so is that. So we don't need to worry about companion quests just now. We're not dealing with that. Yeah, so I think we'll head for the Blackwing Library. But, as I said, oh, it's raining and it's also getting dark. Jeez. At least we did get to see a very brief glimpse of Canabras in daylight. Hello, Joran. I accidentally forgot to tell you some stuff. Don't need that or that. Those, that, those, that. Right, I think that's us this time. 1200 gold. Keep hold of this just now. We don't really need the torches. But they'll only take up the 1 slot, obviously, and we're keeping the Code Iron Rapier in case I decide that's better than the... what was it called? Just a Rapier +1. Code Iron has effects against demons, or the undead, or both, or whatever. So we'll sell that and be on our way. There's an exit up here, I think, isn't there? Yes. I can leave that behind and set off. And I think we will continue with Nenio for now. Should also have some decent spells on her. I should maybe spend some time looking into Dayran, actually. The Blackwing Library is our destination, and it's quite a trek. So let's set off. Alright, a wee fecht to get started. We're about 20 minutes in, and it's pitch black. Are we actually in combat? We are. So we can't equip a torch onto Nenio. Nenio yet. What am I trying to do here? Can you charge? That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, go ahead. Missed. Roach. You come up to... You come out here, actually. You can maybe get a charge in next time. End your turn. And Nenio, we just have Ray of Frost, please. Stuff, Sealer. I don't suppose you can charge. No. That's land there, so you come up here. And don't need that. Why not go for demoralize? Because I can't. Oh yeah, okay. Land, just go ahead, attack. Nice. Ember, can you cast Slumber? Down it goes. Pastiche. You seem to be a bit slow, Geralt. What's going on? Okay. Camellia, I'm looking for actions. Coup de grace. Oh, they're over on the left. Of course they are. Splat. Well done. Ah. It's masterwork, so we'll take it. But Nenio, could you grab yourself... I could have... Well, I would have used up your turn, I suppose. Anyway. Let's find our way out here. And Geralt should really stick you back on to Roach. Ah. Random encounter in the market square. There we go. Demons, dretches. Who are you attacking? A messenger. I'll stand for that. Looks like the messenger's got a decent number of hit points. It's a paladin as well. Okay. Oh. Can't charge. So, let's see, where is everyone? Okay, that's over to the left, right, you come up here. In fact, I should give the paladin the chance for a flanking bonus, should he decide to take it. So you stay there. Ember, yeah, again, no, not that, Slumber, please. Let's try and take this one down. Nice. And Nenio, just edge a wee bit closer and then go for Acid Splash. Okay, fair enough. Lan, go for the faraway one. Camellia, can you charge? You can. And Roach. Well, you can attack actually. Head around there. And Geralt. Yeah, this guy's asleep. You can't charge him. Just get close to him then. Wait a minute, what is the story? Why is your speed down to 20? Was it not higher than that? You're not encumbered. I guess it's been 20 for a while then. I'm just used to you being maybe sat on the horse. Okay, Paladin, there you go. And it's done. Yes. So, what's your story? By Iomide, I'm alive! Whew, I felt like I had half the abyss and Arilu herself, my tail back there. There's information on Arilu Vorlesh, should you wish to read it. Commander Irabeth sent me to get you, and thank all the good gods I found you before it's too late. The commander wants you to come back and help protect the Defender's Heart right away. What's happened? Demons. The demons are closing in on the tavern. They'll soon have us surrounded. I almost didn't make it past them to come get you. They could strike at any moment. They're closing in on the tavern, but noticeably enough that you had time to run for help. I see our enemies used up whatever reserves of stealth they had in their first assault on Canabras. What need is there for stealth in a city one has already conquered? That's what they think, and that's what will bring them down. Well, let's get back there. Yes, let's go. We'll show those beasts. Okay, so the waiting is over. The big battle for Defender's Heart is at hand. But it's going to have to wait until the next part before we fight this battle. People are still around outside here, so I guess we head back into the tavern itself. Everyone's outside now preparing. So I'll put a break in here and we'll pick this up again next time out. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment, rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and hope to see you again next time. Cheers.